So when you are worrying about something, it is literally consuming your mind. Think for just a second the reality behind we can only really process one thought at a time. And when you're having this one thought, where is your mental health state at? Is it helping you or is it hurting you? When we can be talking about things or worrying about something and it causes so much stress in our body, it literally causes pain. It causes us to shut down. Like there's a long list that is proven and backed by science. When people are chronic worriers, they get sick more often. They feel more beat up. They get the headaches, the stomach aches, and all of these negative physical health consequences. It's always amazing to me that people will literally worry themselves into the situation that they're avoiding. Think about it. They worry about this so much and they focus on it so hard, then these things tend to come true. I'm not good enough. This won't work out. I can't take this risk. I can't leave my job. I can't start my business. I can't put myself out there to do that. I'm not good enough, or this is going on, or that's going on. And it's like this self-defeating prophecy. If you open yourself up and you stop worrying and you start trusting at what's in front of you and the plan that you have, I'm here to say you probably don't need a new plan. Your original plan this year was fine. I've done this millions of times where I'd write out a good plan and then I just would quit and then I'd come up with some new plan because I was worried it wasn't good enough, quote unquote. What you're doing is good enough, and be very careful of the self-fulfilling prophecy, especially if you're worrying all the time. I think it can lead to something very, very negative. Mindfulness is a beautiful strategy. Just being more present. There's a cool little exercise that I think is really useful. So if you are trying to listen to something, or if you are trying to be more present in the moment, say you're worrying like crazy and you want it to stop. I think if you just try and expand your vision and take more in from your peripheral vision, seeing more on the outsides, see where your attention goes. It does this it does this good job of like pulling you back to what's really in front of you. And oh yeah, by the way, folks, if we do not meditate, we cannot be pissed off that we're crazy and that our mind is over here and over here and over here. So make sure we meditate and we're a little more mindful. It's just like working out the muscles. You're not going to have big, strong arms if you don't lift the weights. You're not going to have a sharp, strong mind that can focus for long periods of time and on positive stuff if you don't work out your mind. So make sure you're meditating. Set aside time to plan. This happens all the time with a lot of people who suffer from chronic anxiety. It's like, I need a plan. And they're changing the plan literally a million freaking times when the original plan was totally fine. You understand what you need to do. I'm going to set a time aside to do this. I'm going to wait until this evening and then I'm going to plan. I'm going to get my handy dandy journal out. I'm going to get a notebook and I'm going to write out the things that I'm worried about. I'm going to write out what I want to do for a to-do list and designated time for it. What is worrying give you? So we challenge the thought. I want you to challenge. The strategy is to challenge what you're worrying about. Is worrying about helping me or is worrying about it hurting me? I believe wholeheartedly if you take the time to challenge what you are worried about and recognize it for what it is, you would stop doing. The only reason you do it is because you believe it gives you something. You believe it's going to help you perform better. You believe that it's going to make you a better person. And you believe that it is doing something positive. But we have to challenge that. When it comes to you and your personal situation, you never take the time to sit down and really challenge, why do you believe this? And understand that I do not believe this. And then building up that muscle, and we challenge these thoughts. We recognize that when they come up, we say, not right now, let it, cars on a highway, the thought comes, and then it goes. We let it go, and we set a time to plan, to actually set a plan that we're going to stick with and not change 100 freaking times. So focus on what you can control. So we need to understand that we have no idea where thoughts come from. But this focus on control and acknowledging that we can control the thoughts that we manifest. We can control what it is that we continuously think about. We can control and build muscles to help improve our ability to think clearly and to let the worrying go. Focus on the few things that you can control. When a thought comes in and you start to worry about something, recognize it, challenge it, and be like, this doesn't really serve me anymore. I'm evolved. I am past this. Poof, let it go. Focus on the things that we can control. I want you to just kind of think a little bit, what is making you actually worry? Limit exposure to things that cause us to worry. Emotional imbalances. So eating unhealthy food, drinking alcohol, smoking marijuana. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but in doing any of these in excess will cause emotional instability. It is science. That's how your brain and body works. If you really do want to stop worrying, I would say give up those things for just 6 weeks. You can do my coaching class. We can go through all of it. We give it up and we kind of just do a cleanse for a little while, rewire our thinking, challenge all of these, reset, and then we limit the exposure of the things that cause these. Maybe it's a certain type of work environment. Maybe it's a particular type of relationship. Maybe it's a substance. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's that. We're going to have to play trial and error to it because it will be unique to you. So if you want things to change for you, you will have to change. I think acceptance on that can really help us embrace these strategies and then help reduce a lot of this worrying bullcrap.